Welcome back. We are having a birthday party today.
Not long ago, when I decided to go back to the university, I said, okay, I give myself 1 year to prepare because I was out of school for such a long time, and I decided to do something special that always interested me, to do it for a year before the university. And I went to the Convent Garden and I found a school to study singing, to study opera. And one of the main thing what you do when you go for a course like the singing course or opera, that you learn breathing techniques. And obviously I didn't become a singer. I didn't sing a single aria in the Royal Opera House at Convent Garden, but I learned something that is actually come in handy time to time, especially when someone is preparing a birthday party with balloons such as this, that I can blow up balloons, like even hundreds of them, without any problem, because of the breathing technique I learned in the in the singing course, in the opera course. And the other thing, because we were talking about singers, and right now I'm at a birthday party with no alcohol. Look what I have. This is a prosecco, a sparkling rosé to be precise, from Kylie Minogue. And this is alcohol free, completely alcohol free. It's a rosé, sparkling rosé. And when I saw it, like Kylie Minogue, I knew that she has a brand. I didn't know it's alcohol free, so that was absolutely amazing. You know, when I came to London, UK, I was very young, and what I did for fun, I just walked. I didn't take public transport. I didn't get into the car. I didn't get on the bike. I was just walking without a map and without any direction. And it was absolutely great. No one was waiting for me at home for lunch or dinner. I didn't have to be at home at 6 or something like that. So I was just walking, and at the time I was at Earls Court, and I didn't even know the name of the place because I was very new in London. And what happened is, I saw a long queue. And I asked them, like, what are you waiting for? And they said that they're waiting for a Kylie Minogue concert, and they heard that there's a rumor going around that there are still tickets. So there are people there waiting there. Just talk to them, they said. So I went to one of the lady who was just standing there, obviously staff member, and I said, I came for the Kylie Minogue concert. I don't have ticket, and you might able to help me. And she did. And the ticket was like super cheap. I think maybe she gave me her staff discount. I'm not sure about this, but it was like super cheap. And I was sitting next to the stage. Basically, I was on the stage. I was so close to Kylie Minogue. And when you watch a DVD or you watch the concert movie on YouTube or wherever, it's you see all the show. But what you don't see, I think that you don't see, is that after the show, when everything finishes, she comes to the stage completely alone. So there are no musicians, there are no dancers, nothing like that. She comes to the stage and she sat down and she asked what we want to hear her to sing. And what we want her to sing. And then she just did that, and that was absolutely amazing. It was a very interesting concert experience, and the whole day was very special, and I remember still that. So, and now it's we're gonna drink at this birthday party, alcohol-free birthday party, a Kylie Minogue sparkling rosé, and it's so great. And if you want, you can invite me for your birthday. I can blow up quite a lot of balloons for you, because I know I mastered the breathing technique. Nothing else but the breathing technique, so that's good.
For example, when you do yoga, the very beginning, as a beginner, Inhale, exhale. Inhale and the exhale should be take twice as long as the inhale. When you listen to people singing, but you realize that they don't go la 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 and then they're drawing breath. No. When they sing, they can sing for a long time with one breath. That's why the breathing technique is so important. And it's very, very useful when you need to handle the balloons.
So this is end of November, and all November it's about celebrating birthdays. All my friends and all the people I know, family members, like most of the people around me, they were born in November. So November, it's all about, you know, celebrating birthdays. And actually we are celebrating December and January birthdays as well in November, because December everyone is going home from London, from the UK. They flying back to their own countries, and January as well, it could be pretty hectic, so everyone is just yeah, we celebrating it in November. And I said that, oh my god, a person from Hungary, because I'm originally from Eastern Europe, from Hungary. There's a lady who's very, very famous, like YouTube famous. She's doing videos at least once a week, and usually it's like a stand-up comedy style sort of content, and she's coming to London. And it was pretty expensive, it was pretty pricey. We paid like £100 for 2 tickets, but it's together with the booking fee, with the administration fee, with everything. And actually the venue was in a very, 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 very elite place. It was right in the middle of London at Leicester Square, where all the Hollywood movies being presented the first time to the European audience. You know, they showed here the Star Wars the first time, and lots of other movies. Right now there was a massive poster about the Wicked for Good, which is the second part of the Wicked movie, the musical. And it was super cool. Leicester Square, it's basically it's a small square surrounded by cinemas, Odeon, View, and so on. And they have the M&M. There are some touristy places like M&M shop and the Lego shop, which is so good, because you can see lots of touristy places in Lego, made out of Lego. So that's it's absolutely highly recommended. And right now, because it's end of November, it's already they have the Christmas, little Christmas tree set up right in the middle of Leicester Square. And there is another thing I need to mention between Leicester Square and the Chinese Quarter, the Chinatown, is a place called Prince Charles Cinema. And they made the news. I will always remember this one, because they said that they're not gonna change the name of the cinema to King Charles. It's gonna stay Prince Charles. And basically it's a very important place, because they're playing movies, very blockbuster movies, classic movies, iconic movies from the 70s, 80s, and so on. So not the new ones, the old ones. So you can get here. It's an absolutely unique experience. So definitely you should check out when you're in London. And in this area, next to Prince Charles Cinema, there is a place called Leicester Square. It's a theater. And basically it was a Hungarian show from a Hungarian lady who became famous on YouTube, making videos every single week, you know, comedy shows, basically 10-15 minutes every single week. And she filled up the whole theater with her stand-up comedy show called Hormones and Demons. And basically that was the very first comedy show I ever been where there was only one person. I've been to stand-up comedy shows, but usually it's like 2 or 3 people, and they rotate, and they're telling stories and jokes and all sort of, you know, social commentary. This one was slightly different. She was talking about her life from almost from the beginning till up till now. At the beginning, I mean, the age of 13, when her mother sent her off from Hungary to Rome, Italy, completely alone in a group travel. So basically, it's if you don't know, it's very popular in Europe, and about, like, I think 43 people can fit into a tourist bus, and they will travel, I don't know, up to 24 hours going to different places in Europe, and they stay overnight. It's usually a week, it could be even 2 weeks, but it's usually a week, and they stay in different hotels during this 1 week trip. And these are strangers, you don't know them, but it's a group travel, so there's like a guide as well with you, 1 or 2 guides. Usually they are very funny as well. And the point is that she was 14 years old when her mother sent her to Rome, and basically it was a very traumatic experience for her. And yeah, okay, I can imagine that, you know, 14 years old, alone with a bunch of strangers in a hotel room with someone she did not know, and all sort of things. So yeah, this is a very interesting beginning of this comedy show. It was very vulgar. She was using lots of rude words, and because she started out her career, she made her name on YouTube, so the whole show started with a quite long video. It was more than 10 minutes video. Other YouTubers, Hungarian YouTubers, made their guest appearance, and that was very good, because, you know, it's very important to, you know, to bring the mood, you know, to set up the mood and everything, and it was really funny. I really enjoyed it. It was very pricey, £100 for 2 tickets, but I don't mind, because it absolutely worth it, and she is one of the most famous Hungarian YouTuber, and it was very good to be in the same room with her. And obviously it was very interesting to be with so many Hungarian in one room, but there was no time, there was no break, there was nothing like that, so we couldn't really socialize with each other. But I think there was some sort of openness, so if we had like an interview wall or something like that, you know, breaks or something, definitely we would, you know, I can imagine that you know, some sort of networking could have been made. Yes, but there was no break, there was no chance for that. It was very good, very good people get together for a 2 hours comedy show. So yeah, and it's, oh my god, so cold in London, and yeah. And this £100, I'm thinking about this. I think the only reason I bought this, because November was about parties, you know, these birthday parties, so it was so easy to, you know, splash out some money for this sort of shows. If it's in any other time of the year, probably I would have said no, but yeah, it was just the right time for her to come to London and see me. So this is end of November, and this is very important to state the time, because it's a note to myself. Because I just don't understand what's going on. This is very important, you know, the secret of living a happy life in a big city. It could be London, Paris, New York, Tokyo, whichever big cities, that you get it out quite frequently. Obviously, it's not always possible to get out every single weekend, but as often as possible. and this is so important. You know, you cannot always stay in a big city, and whenever an opportunity arises like this one, my friend moved away, moved abroad. But when I talk about abroad, it means that I need to get on a flight, 16 hours flight to get there, and after that there will be a very long bus drive as well. So anyway, my friend who moved abroad and decided to leave Europe and probably never come back, maybe just for a visit or something like that. So it's a completely change of lifestyle and culture and everything. Invited me, and I just don't understand what happened, because I was thinking about this for like 5-10 minutes, like should I go, should I not? Oh my god, I never in my life said no to an opportunity like this. What's going on? Probably it's because end of November it's cold, and there was so much money spent on birthdays, because everybody has the birthday in November, and you know it's December coming, the Christmas and the Christmas markets and the Winter Wonderland here in London. So probably the expenses or something like that. That's why I was thinking about this, but no. Whenever I'm invited, I always say yes. I have to say yes, otherwise it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be a big regret. You know, I have 2 or 3 big regrets in life, and all of them is connected to travel, because I said no to travel to Australia, and I said no to travel to Japan, because it's like on the other side of the planet, and I said no. I think it was not the money, it was because of laziness, but I cannot be lazy. No, 2026 is not gonna be about laziness, no.
A lovely box of fish and chips. Look at that. Delicious.
Hi everyone, hopefully you feel comfortable. I am very much so comfortable right here where I'm sitting, because right behind me is my Christmas tree, my very first Christmas tree since I moved away from home, and with all the decoration and everything. So I'm super excited, and the reason I had time to do the decoration and buy the tree and everything, because I don't know what happened. One year, 2025, and every other year it's consists of 12 months, and somehow like 10-11 months passed without me taking a holiday. I completely forget it. This is what happened, completely forget it. So many things were happening, I needed to do so many things, and I didn't take my holiday. So basically I and you cannot move it to the next year, 2026, which is, I learned just today that it's the year of the horse. So no horsepower can push it over to the next year. So I needed to take my holidays. So I told my friends, especially one of a certain friend, I told him that, listen, I'm gonna be at home because I needed to take my holiday. I don't want to lose them, and I'm gonna be at home, and he should come and visit me. And he didn't come. And what happened is, and actually it took me a lot of job to collect all this, what I'm gonna show it to you in a minute. And second thing, to actually consume it, because as I don't want to lose my holidays in 2025, I didn't want to throw out all this, because usually in my house you don't really find these sort of things at all. And wine, basically I never really had wine before. And yeah, this one I choose because I like the area, and this was actually one of the best one, and I drank it in basically 3 days, because my friend didn't visit me during my holiday, which I didn't go any fancy places. I stayed at home. I was reading books, watching Netflix and all sort of stuff, because yeah, I actually subscribed Netflix again because of the movie Oppenheimer. I was avoiding that movie like a plague for a very long time, because I knew what is it about, and I just didn't want to watch it. And secondly, I knew that there will be Hungarian characters, and I'm Hungarian, and I was afraid how would they
depict these characters, and it was fun. It was quite a fun movie. I should not have avoided it for such a long time. And now I want to see, I think I want to see Barbie, because you know, when it came out, it was very famous, you know, everyone watching the two movies together. Barbieheimer, that was the name. First they watched the Barbie and then Oppenheimer. Yeah, so now I need to watch the Barbie with it. And then next one is Pinot Noir. Look at this bottle, fantastic Pinot Noir. When I looked at it, I said, okay, this is my friend gonna love it when he comes over. When I bought it, I didn't know he's not gonna come. Next one on the agenda, showing you this Rioja red wine. Yes, this goes so well with red meat, but he didn't come, so I needed to consume it. Next one, I'm gonna show it to you, is oh yeah, another, all of them are red wines actually, and there are so many, there would be minutes, and you would have a completely wrong idea why they are all empty. So let me show you the last one, which is this one, and probably this is gonna go in one of the, I'm gonna take it with me in one of the Christmas parties I'm going to, or maybe not. I'm gonna do something with this. I'm gonna decide about this. I decide about the fate of this after this video, after talking to you for a few minutes. And actually, it's not few minutes, because I did today a TikTok live, and I did a YouTube live as well. And now I'm doing this because I wanna get rid of the bottles, these bottles, because it reminds me that a certain friend didn't visit me during my holiday, which I spent here home in London. But one of the most important thing, I was thinking to keep them, to keep these bottles, and just put a candle and in the top, and because it looks so nice, you know, when the
24th of December, and we ready with all the decoration, but it's mainly the lights. So we got the tree, and this one the old decoration, because it's been a while I had a real live tree, because since I moved away from home I didn't have a tree. That's the very first time. So we had this decoration previously. This one is the old, that long one is the old one. This one is new. I bought it end of October, or maybe in November. So the very first time this year, 2025, the first time I went to the Christmas market, that was the very first day, and I bought it on Trafalgar Square. And that's the angel. It's supposed to be on the top of the tree, but the tree is too high, so we cannot put it on the top of the tree. And this is the Bagley, the Hungarian one. Nutcracker figures, and the little village with the train. But we got big train here on the floor. But we were moving up and down. That's why it's when there's a train track, and when your feet slightly touches the track, it will get separated. So I need to work on that. It's really huge, really huge. Look at that compared to my feet.
Okay, this is March. Absolutely fantastic. You know, Friday. I was looking through the mails and the emails, and I saw a picture. And well, long story short, it was a picture of a guy with flowers, and I checked what's going on, and it was International Women Day. Ooh, okay. And what happened is I went to the shop to buy some groceries, and it was very quiet, you know, weekend, very early in the morning, very quiet.
there were like 4 or 5 times more stuff than customers, because obviously they were filling up the shelves, they were checking things, they were going around making sure everything is fine. And I saw these beautiful flowers. They were everywhere, next to the till, behind the till, on the side, by the exit, and everywhere, and they looked absolutely wonderful. And I was doing the self checkout, because there's no person at the till anymore, so you need to do everything by yourself at the self checkout, which I'm really happy to do. And one of the guy came to me, and he was like, that is it like 6 bananas or 7 bananas, because he thought I put 6 bananas instead of 7. So I just, I don't get offended by these sort of things. I just showed him the bunch of banana I bought. I was purchasing right at that moment at the self checkout. I just showed it to him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's 6 bananas." And I was like, "Thank you," and I just moved on. I never get offended when they check me, and because there could be a mistake, there could be anything like that, and they were doing their job, so everything fine. But what happened after was very interesting, because I bought a flower for this International Women's Day, and he came back to me, because he saw the flower, and gave me a plastic bag with a handle for the flowers. If you follow along this channel, these videos, if you watch them, if you watch a couple of them, you know that there is most of the time there is fresh cut flowers on the table. And all these years, I never knew there is this sort of plastic bag, a special plastic bag just for the cut flowers. In this case, roses, for International Women's Day. I didn't know about this. Oh my God, my life would have been so much easier if I know about this, because you just shove it in there, and it's a plastic bag. It has a handle, so it's very easy to carry it. So I was like, oh yes, and he was like, oh, this is better, and I said, yeah, it's gonna be so much better. And he was like, okay, God bless, and take care, and all that stuff. So it was, oh my, I didn't know this kind of bag exists for the cut flowers. Yeah, this is a special day, and also it's very cold. It's March.